Okay, thought I'd do a quick little tutorial on soldering. When you're doing wire work, it's a lot different than when you're doing pipes, when you're sweating pipes. And not that everybody does that anymore, but the way I do it the lazy way. I wrap my wires kind of tight. This is kind of how I do them. I put the heat shrink. I've got the heat shrink on here. I don't know if you can see it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the solder on the tip of the soldering iron first. I'm going to melt some on there, and then I'm going to put it down on here. Okay. And then I'm going to put it on the bottom. See how it just wicked it right in? I don't know if you can see that, but it literally, see that the solder will always follow the soldering iron. Solder will chase heat. So that's why it doesn't fall off your soldering iron. You put it on there and it just stays on. Why does it fall off? Well, it's hot, that's why. It likes it. So you get it on the cold wire, just kind of smear it on there, and then you put it on the back side and it just wicks it right over. And then what you can do is take a look at it. If you look and you see copper on the other side, you know you didn't get it all the way. You can always go back and do a little touch up here and there, but for the most part, that's how I do it. And it works really well. So I'll show you the trailer in a little bit. I just thought while I was going through with the wires, I might as well make a quick tutorial on that, you know. Well, here's just a quick excerpt from the trailer repair. I replaced the 2x6s with pressure treated, and I treated them with some oil-based stuff that's still drying now. Hopefully it's the stuff I had kicking around, old stuff. Hopefully it dries. But I figured I'd do that before I went ahead and put that carpet stuff on there. So I've got the two on the side done. I literally just copied all the holes, so it wasn't anything super creative. I didn't feel like it would be, you know, a good idea to waste your time on that. But I'll go ahead and when I carpet them, I do have that marine carpet stuff I bought on, I think I got it on Amazon. So I'm basically going to wrap all of these and staple, you know, to the bottom. So I'll wrap it around, I'll staple the bottom, and I'll tuck the ends. So the ends will be real thick, so if the boat, you know, does happen to hit them. I don't know why this particular trailer has the two inner bunkers longer. I don't know. I just copied the ones that were here, the exact length, the exact bolt configuration. So they were intact, they just weren't that great a shape. So probably in the next couple days I'll go ahead and take care of the carpet stuff, and then we'll end up having to go grab the boat. Oh yeah, I do need a license plate, don't I? Probably need to get that registered. It will go right there, but I put the bracket on. Anyways, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Okay, again, not to beat a dead horse here. Let me hold this up. This is kind of hard. But see what I did? I shot a few staples through the corner, and I just folded that up and over. So it's on there nice. It's not going to go anywhere. That can't pull out. So we are good to go. Everything's tucked in there and stapled properly. I'll probably put one more right here, right there, and we are good. So when you look at the top, all you're going to see is, you know, a nice, sorry about this, guys, but that's the deal. So it's going to do the job just fine. Probably better than fine. And I'm going to go ahead and run that both ends. And I'm gonna put this one on. So I had already set these on, and I was starting to do it from my, you know, the bottom of my trailer over there. But problem is, it's, you know, there's a bunch of dead grass and bugs and everything, and I didn't feel like laying on my dang back. So I'm doing it here a little bit easier, and then I'll just put them back on. No big deal. These have 4 bolts, 1/2-inch bolts on them, so not too big a deal. Anyways, thanks. So here I think I can show you on this one. So I've cut that, just cut that straight across. I'm gonna fold that in, and I'm going to bring that around. See that? So then we'll staple through the side right there, along here, and then through the top right here. So that's how we're going to start the end. We're going to run down both the same time. I'm going to do both sides probably. I may just get lazy and do one side and then switch and do the other. It might be just easier for me. But it really doesn't matter, however way you want to do it. It's not a pool table, so it's not bedcloth on a pool table, but it is something you do want fairly tight, just so it doesn't, you know, as the friction of the boat comes onto it, you don't want it to rip all the staples off and all that stuff. So anyways, that's how I do it. Okay, so I'm putting on the carpet. onto the bunkers, as they call them. And again, these ones are sticking out a little bit farther than the other ones, so I just figured I'd show you on one kind of what I'm doing here. And then the process is the same for all of them. I don't know if you've ever done any reupholstery work, but it's very similar. I haven't gone too crazy on the staples. I have on the bottom, but not on the sides really, just on the corners where I tucked them. And I did like a hospital corner here. You can see, that I have used a narrow crown stapler, a pneumatic one, but you can use any kind of stapler you want. I just happen to have that handy, so I'm working on my patio. That's why I'm the back patio handyman, right? So what I've done is one end I've left kind of basically touching the bolt, and the other end here I wrapped a little longer. Now this is the long end that hangs out on the end of the trailer. And what I've used that's been pretty effective is I've got these Wiss deals that I use for sheet metal when I used to do vinyl siding and stuff like that. These are really good for when you're wanting to pull the cloth. So what I did was I went ahead and grabbed on the end here, and I pulled like son of a gun until I had it pretty tight around here, not to where it would wear through the corners, but pretty tight. And then I stapled behind it. So I've got that, and now I'm going to go ahead and cut. Just basically cut right here, and I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm just using a utility knife. See if I can balance this with the camera. I'm basically just going to cut right from here, this corner along here, and I'm going to cut that piece off. Then I'm going to fold this up and over that, okay? And then I'll 45 the corner right there. So in other words, I'll bend that in. I'm going to cut that straight, bend that in like that, and then this folds over, just like you were making a bed if you were in the military. So I'll go ahead and do that and show you what it looks like when I'm done, because I can't hold the camera and do this at the same time, and I don't have a helper right now, so I'm kind of in trouble. But that's the process. I just cut right along the side. This gets folded up and over it, and it'll get stapled through, so that'll go through the top of this. That'll hold everything from kind of doing anything crazy right there. All right? So give me a few, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Well, there it is, completely done. I've got all the bunks taken care of. We've got new lights, tires, brakes, bearing buddies. I put a couple reflectors up here towards the front just to make sure it's a little safe. We got a new trailer jack. I put the safety chains on. I just drilled and bolted those through. So we have one on each side. We've got the 7-prong cord with a little convenient carrier right there. I've got the cutoff switch, breakaway switch, along with the battery backup. And then it has a little button. If you push it, it's supposed to tell you. Oh, there it is. It's really hard to push, but if it lights up green, then it's fully charged, which is good. New strap on the winch, and man, all the wiring down to the electric brakes were all good. So this was quite the project. It just rained a little bit here, so things are a little bit wet, but heck of a lot better than it was. Certainly not brand new, but I think we're good enough to haul the boat back and get started on that. So at least this is one other headache out of the way. So anyways, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, hopefully I'll be able to put more on here and subscribe and see what you get, kind of a thing. I do all kinds of crazy projects and I don't video them like I should, but at any rate, this is one trailer project that is now complete. Thanks for watching.